to all my document library. For that, we have to do another setting. Just go back to the setting again, a site setting again. La, la, la. Yes. Now, again, in a web designer gallery, we have something which is called site content type. Site content type, where we can define what exactly content need to be available for a user. Click site content type now. Just below site columns, we have a site content type. By default, it has all site content type, which we generally require to work on. For an example, when we talk about a document content type, this is a default content or default content types which is already available for us. So let's say for an example, if I review the document content type, it is going to give me that every document content, every document library, when you create for the first time, it must have two fields, name and a title. That is the reason why when we create any document library in a SharePoint, by default, we are going to get only these two columns, which is called name and a title. Just because the content type, which is by default available in SharePoint, having only two columns. If I want to make the modification in this default setting, we can do that. But let's do not disturb or change the default setting, whatever we have. Better, we are going to create our own content type. And in our own content type, we are going to define my additional column, which is called document status. So just go up and let's create a document, a status content type. So I think we have to go a little bit back. Yeah, you have a create option now on the top. Perfect. Now give it a name, my org doc status. All right. So it means that my org doc status is a content type which I want everyone, when they create a document library, they have to use that. And then below it is going to ask you that what exactly a parent content type through which you are going to get the default schema. Select document in a select parent content type. Just drop it down. And now it is going to ask you that what type of content exactly you are looking for. I say document. So click document content type. And then in a parent content type, drop down and select document. Perfect now. So it means that this a specific content type, what we have created is only and specifically for document management system. Otherwise, we can do the same thing for a pages or some others library which is available there. Now scroll it down. Now it is going to ask, where do you want to put this content type? We are going to create a new group this time. Just click new group and give it a name, for example, my org. content type. Pretty good. Click OK. All right. So we create one column, and that column we want to be available with my this specific content type. Can you scroll it down? And let's check what exactly column it is going to give me. We say that you have a column name and a title. Let me edit this one. Say add from existing site column. And which group our site column is? It is in a custom column. So click that one. And which one? Document status. Hit add. Perfect. Now scroll it down and say okay. Now scroll it down and let's check. Does it now have a document status is also being a part of this specific content type. Now I want to enforce this content type to both my document and archive document library. So let's go back to the first, which is my active document library, which is the name document. So now click the documents on the left hand side. Library. We can go to library. We will go to library setting. First, we are going to enable this document library to accept another content setting, because by default, it is only configured to use default content setting here. So go to the advanced setting. Let's enable a feature number 1. So first, let's allow that yes, for this specific document library, we are going to manage, or we are going to change the content type. Scroll it down, all done. Just hit OK. Perfect now. Scroll it down, and we are all done. Little bit more higher. Just one second. Now look at that. Here, what the default content is already there. It's a document, the default one. But we have created our own site content type. So I need to enable this site content, whatever we have created for this specific document library. So click add from existing site content type. In a content type, we have add from existing site content type just below document. All right. So which content type we want to enforce? Select all group, drop down the all group, and now list here, find it out. Where is my, yes. All right. Click add. Perfect. Click OK. All right. Scroll it down. Let's see if I am able to see, I am able to see, but still what it show here, little bit up. Still what it show here, you still have a document, the older one is available for user to use, and this is by default. So it means that this is a default content type. So even if I have my own content type available for the user, since it is not default, user have to select which content type I want to use. So I want to make mine one default, not the old one, not the default one, which is already available with SharePoint. So to make mine one, which is my org doc status, default choice for my document library, I have an option called change new button order and a default content type just below that. All right. So first we are going to remove the checkbox of the first one, which say visible. I do not want to make it visible for other user. Remove the checkbox. All right. And then make the order change. Make the second one 2 to 1. All right. Click OK. Let's review what happened. Let's scroll it down. Just a sec. Perfect now. So it means that my org doc status is now became a default content type. And what this it contains? It contains my column. What that column? Document status. Now, once I see all this, we are going to see what the exactly a default view is. So what the default view says that in this default view, you still have the old columns which is available. Let's see that what will happen when I come back to the document library, and let's see, does my new columns available with us? Still it is say no, because default view say that I only use the default options. So it means that I have to change this default view now and add my own column. So click library now and change the default view. Just click library and say modify view on the top. I'll scroll it down. So this is the all document view. And we have to find out my one, which is called document status. I'm able to see, click that one and change the order, maybe third. All right, I'll scroll it down. Looks fantastic for us. Click OK. Yes, so I get a document, a status, which say here, this a specific one is whether it's a new or no. Just upload a document now. Click upload a document. Click choose file. And let's update from my download folder. Let me select, help me to select for you. So I'm going to pick a document which say invoice. Not good. I say that invoice doc. Remember, my second requirement that I cannot upload the document just like that. Instead of, I am going to create a new document. Now look at that, what the document status it is going to say now. I have to declare whether this document is a new document, in progress document, complete document, or archive document. I say that this document is a new document. And maybe in a title, I have something which is called invoice. That's fine. Hit save. So it say that my document status is a new. Let's upload couple of files now in this document library. And remember, going forward, we are also going to check the compliance. Should I upload? Thank you. Let me. All right. So I say that report. Okay. Again, its status is new. And I say that the title of the document is a report. Let's have one more. And this time I'm going to add this Word document and say that this is lab. Again, the status it is asking. So I'm saying lab manual. Now later on, once the document status changed by the user from new to in progress to complete, and complete to archive. The moment user declare it is archive, we as an SharePoint admin are going to move this document from here to archive folder. But to move this document successfully, both my main document library and archive document library need same kind of schema. Same kind of schema means in the first document library, I have a new column called document status. But when I go to an archive, it is still in the older ways. I have a name, modified and modified by. So there is no document library. There is no document status column here. So it means that when I try to move this specific document from here to my document archive document library, it is going to throw an error. That column is mismatched. So to avoid this, what I want archive also have same schema, same content plan for them. So let's go and add that same content plan to this document library as well. Yeah, I think you can do that. Just click archive, go to library setting, and repeat the process for second document library. First, we have to enable that default can be changed. So we have to go to advanced setting. Yes. And just say okay. All right. Now we have to check below. Are we able to change the default content type or not? Little bit up. it is still showing the old default document content type, where my where my new column document status is not there. So it means that first we have to add my own existing content type which we have created in this document library as well. So click add from existing site content type, select our content type, and let's add it. Click add from existing site content type. And then we have to select our own group, which is custom, my org content type. Yes, that one, click OK. I think it's all good. Yeah, scroll it down. Now we must see our default content type here. Let me check. So we are able to see my org content doc status, but what I am not able to see that still it is not a default one, because the default one is the upper content type, the default one, right? So what we have to do now, Monique, we have to change the order. So click the second one, remove this visibility, change this 2 to 1 and hit OK. Right? So it means that on both document library, what is the first step we have to? We have to ensure that both document library should use same content type. Until and unless both document library, which is an active document library, and my archive document library, both have same schema, same rows and columns, same kind of a document type. And this is what we have. So what is the first step towards implementing this whole architecture for a customer? We are going to create two document library, create two document library. What is the two one? The first one, default, which is a document. Second one, which is archive. Then once we have this both things created, we are going to create new column, create new custom column, and what this custom column is, remember we have to create two, but as of now we have just created one. We will create the second one later. First one is called doc ID and second one is called document status. The third thing, then we are going to create a new content type. Create new content type. And what we have, my content type is my org content. In this my org content, I'm going to use this column, whatever we have created. Then in the fourth step, add custom column to my org content. Then what is the fifth step? Configure document library to use my org content as default content type. And then the last, we are going to update the view of document library to use this custom column. So this is a whole process through which we are going to control that. We have done that part. Now, only last part is that we can go to the archive. We will go to the library and we are going to modify the view. And what the view is going to have? View is going to have a new column, which is called a document status, which is at point number 3. So now both of my document library have a same setting. Name, document status, modified and modified by. This also have same, which is name, document status, modify and modified by. All right, so it means that this part we have done now. Now we are just going to add another column quickly into the same document library, and then we turn the document, whatever we store here, from new to archive. And once it is done, we are going to find out the ways to move this archive document from here to archive document library. All right, so let's have a quick break. Monica? So let's have a timer. We say start. All right.